Thank you for giving me the list, Mary. All right, we're going to get started because it's getting a little windy, a little chilly, but it's a great day here in the city of Albany. It's a great day in Albany County and a huge announcement. So I want to thank everyone that's been involved, and I do want to start off with the legislature, Joanne Cunningham, our chair, our deputy chair, Wanda Willingham. Thank you for being a good partner. Dennis Feeney, the majority leader, who when we took this task on 8 months ago, less than 8 months ago, believed in it. And they believed in my vision, they believed in what we were trying to do here, and they went forward. And to Senator Fahey, now Assemblywoman then, Senator Breslin, Assemblymember John McDonald, that helped, we wrote the bill to create the authority here, Pine Hills Neighborhood Authority. Been a lot of moving mechanisms. To Kevin O'Connell and his team from our alliance, there's been so many people that have been so involved trying to make something here work that, in other words, would be not such a good time to have a press conference because what the buildings might look like in the future of the former College of St. Rose, which we will call it the St. Rose campus from now on as we move forward. But I do want to thank County Legislator Gary Demolowitz, whose district is close to here. We have Frank Camiso, the other one, Daniel Gipsy, Ray Joyce, whose district's up here, Susan Aurelia, Bill Ruckard, Susan Petto, Barreau, who's part of his district, is here, and Dr. McLaughlin, Tim Lane, and Lynn Lakakis, all who are here today, who've been supportive of this project moving forward and the extraordinary things we're doing. Also from the Pine Hills Land Authority is our chairman, Nick Mazda, next to me. Jasmine Higgins is here. Please raise your hand, you two. I'm going to put you both. That's you, buddy. You got your hearing aids in. You got to listen. Did I miss any legislator? Oh, Jeff, who can't miss Jeff Kuhn? Jeff Kuhn's here, and anyone else? I said Danielle. I did say you. I did say you. I think I got everyone but Jeff Kuhn. So I did say Frank Camille. I don't want to get in trouble. See what happens when I leave someone out? But I didn't leave one out. So I do want to say thank you, everyone. It's been a journey, but I knew when we took this on, I needed partners. And I knew I needed extraordinary partners. Before we closed on this through bankruptcy court, before we got there and we were looking at this and Kevin came in my office, I said, what are you, crazy? He goes, Dan, we can do this. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. And we went back and forth. But I knew we needed a good partner, a good tenant. And I do want to say, we have that partner in the University of Albany. And you look at President Rodriguez and his leadership since coming here in 2017 when I got to meet him when I was a lot younger as a county executive. But got to see his leadership style and his belief and never being, I always said, here's another guy like me. Not that we're not happy, but we're always trying to strive for the next thing to help people, to do extraordinary things. And you look where the University of Albany was prior to his leadership to where it is today. And, being one of, LinkedIn top 5, being on the Today Show, talking about Albany and what it does for the economy. And they've always been a backbone. And, you sometimes see in the media, bad thing, something might happen with a student or something. But the whole story of the University of Albany is you see what they do day in, day out in our community. They're a fabric of our community. And I do want to pick on them because I was like, I always say to people, you don't need to look up to rock stars, politicians, I said, look at the people in your neighborhood that do extraordinary stuff. And I'm like, I go, now I know why this guy just kind of smiles and laughs at me sometimes. He kind of gets me. And you look at his leadership, though, where he started in Puerto Rico and graduated college in auto mechanics. You got forced into auto mechanics. I got forced into carpentry. So I'm like, all right, got that similar. Then went in the Air Force, wrong branch. I went into the Army. He went in as an EMT, and I went in as a tanker. And, and went into the medical field. And I'm so glad you pivoted and changed. Because probably when I got an opportunity to meet you, if I got to meet you as a doctor, I probably wouldn't want to meet you. But to see where he's come and his legacy and the many co-authored books, the stuff you've written out there, the articles, the different stuff on leadership, and what happens in disasters, it's like no wonder why you're a steady hand through COVID. And that's when I started looking at things, and I'm like, yeah, he gets this, and he gets how it affects people in the poor community and affects people, what it can change for economic development, but to enhance someone's life, to give an opportunity of hope and opportunity and light at the end of the tunnel. I don't need to plug into a computer. I just need to plug in with him and drive him nuts. This relationship, we might have to move you here so that I can just use you more. But I do want to say thank you. And you know, you look at his mom. We raised 3 kids, drove a taxi cab, and provided for her family so they'd have a better way of life, and moved his way up the hard way. Same thing I've done. So I do want to say, though I have not achieved your extraordinary stuff and co-authored a book or done a bunch of other stuff, I want to say thank you. Thank you for this partnership, and thank you for the inspiration. They're the type of leaders we should be looking up to. And one of the things that we said quickly when we took over, I had to move quick. And I know people in the Pine Hills neighborhood weren't happy, and some people weren't happy, but we had to get life back into these buildings. First thing we did, and we talked about it, Kevin and I and the team, was keep the security intact. We kept the security team here around the clock. We got our veterans department, our aging department, our parks and rec into the gym to get life in there, start getting people on the campus. And the pieces of the puzzle had to fall together. And then I talked to Sheriff Apple, and I'm like, hey, would you be willing to come up here, help secure properties, and move on? And he's like, it was a debate back and forth. He's here. And he agreed to it. And that was another piece of the puzzle, because it is the administrative side of the house. I know people always had questions for him, they're going to be doing arrests. No, it's the people he had sitting in the courthouse, which freed up another piece of the puzzle, because OCA wanted that real estate in that courtroom, and they wanted them out. And they want us out completely because they want it. And they turned around and rent that space back. That's a win, because that money now gets shifted into our budget, but will get shifted here to offset the cost. Because the cost of the property, we thought it was going to be $3 million a year. It's probably up to $5 million. So it's expensive. And we learned the infrastructure. St. Rose didn't do a good job in the last couple of years taking care of the boilers, the stuff you don't see, the fiber, for the internet, security cameras, the buildings, and we have to fix that. And that's why it's so important to get people in here and a tenant like President Havidant and the University of Albany. But these are 224 style apartments that now are going to be available, and I'll let him announce all this because it is a great partnership, and I can't thank him enough. But I do want to talk about one gentleman before I turn it over to the president, Todd. I deal with this guy, Todd. I go, who's this guy, Todd, for I got to deal with? And the president's like, well, that's my guy. He does the real estate. You got to get through him. I'm like, then why am I, like, I'm trying to be real nice to him, and I'm like saying yes to everything. And then I meet Todd, and the negotiations even got a little bit tougher. And it got to the point I was joking. My staff heard me. I go, I'm challenging him to one-on-one basketball. I can take him. And they go, I thought you didn't play basketball. I did. I was MVP. And they go, you were? I go, for the other team. I scored. I tackled 2 guys. And the coach said, I think football is your sport. I don't think basketball is it. But I go, he doesn't know that. I'm going to psych him out. I'm going to play him and try to get more money. But what a great partner also to work with. And, all the good points you bring up. And the building. We need to get people in the buildings because, let's face it. We don't want to have happen what happened at Dome Stewart or other abandoned buildings throughout Albany County. We want this opening. We want it open quick. I wanted it done yesterday. But again, I want to say to Nick Mazza and Jasmine and to the board members that aren't here, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you to CPL for their leadership and trying to get this done quickly so we can get ideas on what this is going to turn into. So I do, enough of my stories, but I do want to say this. This man is somebody I can rely on. This gentleman who's been here 8 years almost, right?
Started my 9th.
On his 9th year, continues to do extraordinary stuff. We partner with them, and a lot of people in this county don't realize the different programs they offer at UAlbany, all the ways we intermix with our different departments throughout the county. Not possible without his leadership. The people around him, in his office we've dealt with, all been true professionals and have helped us do extraordinary stuff. President Rodriguez.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I should have saved my notes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Muy buenas tardes. Thank you all for being here, especially thanks to Dan McCoy. Thanks, Dan, for your leadership, for your partnership, for your ongoing work with the University at Albany throughout these years. Our partnership is great. Our partnership is strong, and I want to thank all the leaders here who are here with us today for your leadership as well. And I want to thank my leadership team who's here. Thank you all for being here, and especially, as you heard, Todd Foreman, who's been the leader for UAlbany in managing this enterprise, and so we greatly appreciate his leadership in bringing this to fruition. Dan started by saying that today was a great day for the city of Albany, a great day for our communities. Well, it's also a great day to be a Great Dane. And so we are so delighted to be here for this announcement today that the University at Albany intends to purchase Centennial Hall. And we are extremely grateful to County Executive Dan McCoy, Albany County Pine Hills Authority CEO Kevin O'Connell, who's here as well, and the Pine Hills Land Authority Board for their work to make this possible. And we look forward to continuing to expand our presence here in the Pine Hills neighborhood. And I know that our students will enjoy being here, particularly with its proximity to downtown campus. The Residence Hall will enable the University at Albany to continue to meet the need of our students. Right now at the university, we are exceeding our campus housing capacity. And this new residence hall, therefore, will provide the much needed additional capacity for our students. Importantly, it is the type of apartment style housing that upperclass students, I should say, juniors and seniors want to be at. And our other apartments housing option, Empire Commons on the campus, is consistently at maximum capacity. So with Centennial Hall, we will be able to offer more students the housing options that they want. You know, as we all know, the closure of the College of St. Rose was a major loss for the city and for all of us. But the University at Albany was proud to step in as a partner to help hundreds of students displaced complete their degrees at the University at Albany. And we also became the official repository for the academic records for St. Rose students. And now we are proud to be able to purchase the residence hall to support our students and to ensure that this community continues to grow and continues to thrive. The University at Albany has a $1.1 billion annual economic impact in our community. And as you may also recall, last year we celebrated the opening of the College of Nanotechnology, Science and Engineering, which is located in our beautifully renovated former Albany High School, just a few minutes away from here. And so we are proud as an institution of higher education to be the anchor institution for the city of Albany. And purchasing this residence hall is just another opportunity for the university to expand our investment, our commitment, and our work with the city of Albany. And we are proud to be part of Albany's continued growth and future success. So we look forward to working with the Pine Hills Land Authority and the county throughout this entire process. And we are committed to making sure that UAlbany, the University at Albany, is a positive presence in this neighborhood and across the city, as we have been for over 180 years. Our primary goal, one of our primary goals at the University at Albany, is to do work that serves the public good. This collaboration with the county and with the city and Centennial Hall is certainly a right step in that direction. So again, Dan, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for taking the lead in this major project that will have transformational impacts for our city and for our communities. And the University at Albany, my staff and myself, professionally and personally, we are very proud to be engaged in this partnership. So as we like to say, go Great Danes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, go Great Danes, right? Is that, does it get the bill up for me? So I do want to say to everyone, thank you. And again, without a partnership, it doesn't happen. My partnership with the legislature, all the legislators that are here, to the board for your dedication, CPL, and to Kevin and his team, and Sheriff Apple, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But one thing I want to point out is the economic driver this will have for the neighborhood, to the small businesses that are struggling, that I imagine who've been beating the hell out of me, worried about their business going down, what's going on up the street versus what's going down the street. They're going to be more excited than anyone else. And to the neighbors, it's another opportunity. And I have to say this, one of the things, did we sign everything in already? We good? Because I don't want to give him any ideas. I'm afraid of what he'll do, but we will get more interest from more people when they hear that UAlbany's here. We got it with keeping security intact, with the Sheriff's Department here, and now with this partnership with UAlbany. People want to see that. They want to feel safe. They want to move forward, and they want to make sure that, at the end of the day, we're all there together. So I do want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
County Executive and President Rodriguez.
No.
I'm taking Frisbee up now, okay?
Yeah, you it.
Does that give me an extra 100,000?
And President Rodriguez will take questions on topic.
Centennial Hall is one of many buildings on the former St. Louis campus. What, if any, progress reports are you able to talk about regarding the other buildings?
So, we're going to wait for the CPL report to come out. I think they did a lot of good data, a lot of good information. There's other people that are interested in coming here. And I say this, I made this very clear from the beginning before we started the bankruptcy procedures with the former College of St. Rose. I need partners. I need anchor partners. So this is the first domino, so to speak, to fall, and many more hopefully to come after that we can announce. And I know I said this is crazy, and I drive Kevin crazy in this. I want to pay the $40 million off by February and really turn this campus into a mixed use. But when the report comes out, and listening to the residents of Pine Hills, I went to all 3 meetings, listening to people from all over the county, listening to the board and to the legislature, which is so nice to me. No. All right, I got to be nicer to them. Have really, everyone's put their 2 cents in. And I had breakfast with the governor, and I went in there to lobby for one thing, and I left, and they go, "What happened? Did we get everything?" I go, "No, I got a list about the College of St. Rose, the Central Warehouse, so it's just, there's a lot of interest here, Dan, and I'm hoping now this is going to be the spark plug to really get igniting the extraordinary things you'll see with the campus."
A question for the president also. Given the condition of the building, how soon before you believe students will be able to move in?
The building is in really good shape. We have to do some basic maintenance that needs to be done. We're going to be taking a comprehensive look. We've done our due diligence in our studies, and so our goal will be to try to move in as quickly as possible. It all depends on the process, but if we were able to, we would like to start the fall of next year, 2026, with this residence hall full with students. But we'll wait for the process to run its course, and we'll see how that goes. Well, yeah, this would be typically for upperclassmen, so we would expect juniors and seniors at UAlbany and potentially graduate students as well to be housed here. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, is there going to be any transportation services from the campus to the Centennial Hall?
Well, we have the Purple Route, right, which runs right through here, so that will be ongoing service, and if we need anything else, we will take a comprehensive look at that, but for now, that will be the service.
Where are we at in the process in terms of purchasing the hall?
So what's going to happen now is they'll give their letter of intent to the Pine Hills Authority they'll look at their next meeting, and then they'll start the 90-day process and open it up, obviously, like what we just went through. and hear back from the residents and hear back from the Albany County, because it is an Albany County project, and then go from there. And the sale will probably it will take a couple of months.
The $12 million figure, is that a compromise? Did the county want more? Did the university want less?
I wish I could arm wrestle somebody right now, a guy named Todd, but yeah, no, listen, like the president said, these buildings been shuttered over a year now, and if you're not properly taking care of them, a lot of problems happen. And the more we dug through and they dug through, which opened up our eyes why we started going through more buildings. There's a lot of issues, and the last thing I want to do is stand here saying a building I had to condemn because of mildew, or a water main break, or whatever it might be. So when they identified stuff you wouldn't think of, and I'm like, wow, we didn't think of that. No, it was fair, and I'm joking with it, but this is a great use, and they do got stuff they have to do. They're gonna have the stuff they have to go in and maintain and fix, because I want to say it's been almost 2 years. It'll be almost 2 years that they've been closed, and that means that building sat here for 2 years not getting maintenance. And I don't want to say they tried to close, but anyway, yes, it's going to take some time to fix.
And just to add to that, it was a negotiation process, right? Dan was looking out for the county, making sure that things worked for them, that we were making sure that things worked for the University at Albany. But at the end, the goal was the same, right? To be here, have a presence here, to enhance and strengthen our communities. And so at the end of the day, that was the bargaining chip for both of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why he's president of county executive.
Okay,
Any other questions?
that's a wrap. We're going to take a couple of pictures, and then we're going to actually have availability for media. Just give us a couple of minutes to go in and see the rooms on the first floor. Not door rooms, rooms on the first floor. Thank you. We're going to move
Good job.
to official pictures.
Listen, we got to get that.
We're going to take some official pictures, folks, on the steps by the porch. If everyone could move.